Hey guys, it's Janixa and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do something that I haven't done on my channel yet, and it is discussing or going into a deep dive about a specific topic. Today's topic is going to be the history of nail polish. I am obviously a nail polish lover, but I am also a lover of history. I just absolutely love learning about ancient times, the past, what people used to do in the past before technology and before the amazing things that are available to us today. So I decided to go ahead and combine the two and learn about the practices of painting your nails. I say painting like in quotations, painting your nails in ancient times. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Nail polish has a very extensive history. It dates all the way back to ancient China, and it was used as a status symbol. Basically, the people who wore nail polish were either rich, royalty, or powerful in some way. That kind of makes me feel a little bit more luxurious because look at all the bottles of nail polish that I own. Back in the day, I might have been considered extremely wealthy. However, nail polish didn't look the way it does now back in ancient China. They weren't using paint in little glass bottles like we use today. The way the Chinese painted their nails was by soaking their nails in a mixture of beeswax, gelatin, and dyed egg whites with orchids and roses. That sounds gross. But they used to just soak their nails in this mixture, into this concoction for hours. And this resulted in a stained nail. Imagine leaving your nails soaking in some kind of probably smelly or weird concoction just to have a stained nail. It wasn't even painted or opaque the way that it might look today. I don't have nail polish on right now, but all of that for hours just for a stained nail. And sometimes you and I complain about waiting 20 minutes for our nail polish to dry. It's absolutely crazy to me that in these ancient times, stained nails were considered a sign of wealth and power, because nowadays, stained nails, people find them absolutely disgusting. Well, at least people who are not in the nail polish community on Instagram and YouTube. I mean, they try to diagnose you with medical issues. I have seen and gotten so many comments on my nails, which, to be honest, are not even that badly stained. But some nails that come to mind are the nails of Christine at Simply Nailogical. She has stained nails and she doesn't really care. She showcases her nails all the time, but she does get a lot of comments about how yellow her nails are, and you must have some kind of medical issue. You need to go to the doctor because you're gonna die, or people just have no idea that paint on your nail can stain your nail. Who would have thought putting paint on your nail can stain your nail? So it's just crazy to me that in ancient times, stains on your nails were considered luxurious or sophisticated. It just shows how times change. This is why learning about history to me is so interesting. Now, not only were stained nails a sign of wealth and power, but it was also illegal to have these stained or painted nails if you weren't a member of royalty or wealthy or powerful in any way. Basically, peasants weren't allowed to use nail polish. And if they were caught with, stained nails like royalty, they could be thrown in prison or worse, sentenced to death. Death over stained nails. How crazy is that? It's just mind blowing how times have changed. According to ancient manuscripts, the most popular colors to stain your nails in ancient China were black and red. I am not at all surprised that red was popular because it's still popular today. For someone like me in the nail polish community, I'm not a huge fan of red. There's so many more different colors and fun finishes to wear that I don't like to just wear red over and over again, like many people do. It always seems like any collection that has a red in it, we know the red is going to be the most popular. And that's why brands like OPI and Essie and, all the popular brands, Zoya, that's why they always include a red or a pink in a collection, because those sell the best. People refuse to try new, fun, different colors and finishes. Like, so many of the polishes that I have behind me, they want to stick to what has been used since ancient times, which is red. And I get it. I get it. People get comfortable and they like a certain thing, and that's what they want. And it's not surprising to me at all that red and black were very popular colors to stain your nails back then. Something else I wanted to touch on in this video is who nail polish was intended for. Was it just intended for wealthy women? Absolutely not. It was actually intended to be worn by both men and women. In fact, it's believed that men wore it first. It kind of makes me chuckle because nowadays we hear so much about nail polish has no gender, and just because it's very much a female thing, but it wasn't created that way. It was for both men and women. It wasn't seen as a feminine thing. It was seen, again, as a status symbol. So much so that the Babylonians had their soldiers stain their nails certain colors to be able to tell who was part of the upper class and who was part of the lower class. Soldiers were walking around with painted or stained nails just to be able to differentiate social status. How crazy is that? I can't imagine, our troops all standing there with different color nail polish on so that we could tell who's rich and who's not. After some time, the Chinese nail technique of staining your nails did reach the Egyptians, specifically Cleopatra. She used to use plant extracts so that her nails would remain a very dark red color. The Egyptians also started using henna to decorate their nails. So I guess you could almost say that Egyptians started nail art. We know this because they have uncovered the mummified bodies of pharaohs, and their nails were decorated with henna designs. Not only did the Egyptians start using the Chinese nail staining techniques, but people in India, Africa, and the Middle East started to decorate their nails the way the Chinese had done it first. Despite the growing popularity of stained or painted nails, the very first nail salon wouldn't open until the 19th century in Paris. However, it still didn't feature nail polish the way we know it today. They were using oils and powders to rub on the nails to stain them. The very first nail salon was opened in the US in 1878 by a woman named Mary Cobb. Mary offered a beautiful and shiny stained nail manicure for the whopping price of $1.25. Whew. Man, I would love to pay something like that to have my nails done. Nowadays, you cannot step into a salon without paying a minimum of $50. Like I mentioned, Mary Cobb was not offering the manicure the way that we know it today, though. They were still mainly doing staining on the nails. It wasn't until the 1920s that the very first liquid nail polish product was released. So basically, it wasn't until the 1920s, 104 years ago, that nail polish was created the way that we know it today. French makeup artist Michel Menard and the Charles Revson Company were working together to create the first liquid nail polish, which drew its inspiration from car paint. Which leads me to think, imagine how strange people in the 1920s might have thought that nail polish was. They probably thought, I'm not putting car paint on my nails. That's going to give me cancer, or it's going to make my nails fall off. Obviously, we know it wasn't, the exact same thing, but it's just interesting to think of what they might have worried about when nail polish first came out. I bet you some people thought that will never be popular. And now look, 104 years later. I do want to mention that there were some issues with these early developments of nail polish. Some people's fingernails did get damaged, but I feel like it's a sacrifice that they made unwillingly so that we could have all of the beautiful nail polish that we have today, and in great formulas that are not going to hurt our nails. As a matter of fact, nail polish has come so far. We have cruelty-free, vegan, non-toxic formulas that just protect our nails and give us something beautiful without any harmful ingredients. The Charles Revson Company was eventually renamed Revlon. And the first nail polish company, like we know them today, was born. I didn't know that Revlon was the first to create nail polish. That is so cool to me. Also a little bit sad because they don't really do nail polish as much today, or they're not putting as much focus on nail polish as they used to. Now they're kind of into makeup, and to be honest, I don't know what they're up to too much nowadays since they filed bankruptcy a few years back. So I kind of wish that they would revive their nail polish more, because I think it would be fun and maybe use a little bit of history, as being the first polish company to ever exist. That's awesome. They shouldn't let that die. Well, there you have it, guys. A brief or deep look into the history of nail polish. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and if you would like me to talk more about the history of nail polish in other videos. I'm going to leave a link down below to a couple of articles that I read to prepare for this video in case you want to check them out. They do have a little bit more information than what I shared here in this video. Quick little side note, sorry if you heard commotion or noises. Those are my kids. They are home. They live here. Oh well. Thank you for watching anyway. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!